Is it just me, or does anyone else cringe every time Drew hunches his back and sticks his hands out in almost every single scene? Honestly, it drives me absolutely nuts. Now, I have to give credit where it's due. Nina's finally being written like a sensible adult, and I actually like it. Her dialogue feels grounded for once, and it's refreshing to see her trying to play both sides. But let's be real, it probably won't last. Nina's always got something shady up her sleeve, and usually ends up doing something rash. For now though, I'll take it. I love Tracy, I do, but let's be real here. Those of us who've been watching from the start know she really shouldn't be the one giving Carly a hard time about her past treatment of people. Tracy has done her fair share of damage, especially to Monica. Oh, and don't forget the time she tried to let her own father die just so he'd tear up his will and disown her. Carly did some awful things when she first came to town, sure. So did Monica and Bobby. But those women grew, they matured into the characters we now love. Carly's come a long way from the angry, reckless girl she once was. Tracy, on the other hand, just a few years ago, she tried to frame Alexis for driving drunk. So yeah, she's the last person who should be lecturing anyone about ruining lives. And seriously, back to Drew for a second. Does no one else find his constant hunched posture and hand gestures just a lot? It's like an involuntary tic at this point. On a more positive note, Tracy's been on fire this week, and I'm here for it. While I do believe Wiley and Amelia belong with Willow, I can understand why Tracy would want them close to Monica. But let's hope Willow wakes up and starts focusing on her kids and her own life instead of Drew. I'm so over this controlling, repetitive storyline. And as for Sasha, watching Cody's antics made me realize she really dodged a bullet when she found out he's her cousin. He's charming, but a total impulsive, irresponsible man-child. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Messy Syrup. It's me, Abby, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. Honestly, I still believe Sam made an updated will, and in that will, she probably said that if something happened to her, she wanted Dante to raise the kids. Why? Because Jason would be perfectly fine with it. He's already living in the house with them, and they're the only ones actually trying to honor Sam's wishes. The rest, Drew's too busy caring about Drew to notice. Maybe this is Willow's aha moment, or maybe it's just the culmination of everything that's been building up these past few days. Either way, Willow is basically parroting what Joss screamed at her earlier. She's attracted to the hero, the one who swoops in and saves her. You think? Willow's got a thing for being rescued. And just like that, there's Chase, her hero. Again, I'm just sitting here praying Chase doesn't mess this up. Then again, maybe he's just looking for a sense of belonging, something to call family. Please. She had that with Michael, and she blew it up for the next hero. Meanwhile, Willow's meeting up with Carly, and maybe, just maybe, she's finally laying down her weapons. But will Carly do the same? I can't be the only one fast-forwarding through half of the episodes, right? Every time Trina and Kai are on screen, or Willow and Drew are involved, skip. And don't even get me started on Cody with his whole feel sorry for myself and gamble away my money routine. So boring. And then there's Lulu and Emma. Can we just bring Sam and Dex back from the dead and get rid of everyone else? Please, GH, make it happen. Nina's in a tough spot though. She doesn't want to lose Willow, but at some point, she's going to have to show her just how self-serving Drew really is. I honestly don't get how the writers expect them to become the new golden couple of GH. Drew's disgusting and manipulative. Nina's been giving Drew way too much credit. He's a total weirdo, but let's not forget, Willow ruined her own life and marriage. Of course, someone who coddled Charlotte would do the same for their own kid. And don't even get me started on Chase's misguided speech. Willow had the family she wanted with Michael. He even kept the peace with Nina for her, but it wasn't enough. She craved stability. and then she ruins it by cheating on her husband with his brother. Brilliant. Willow, honey, eventually you'll learn the hard way. Drew only cares about Drew. And here's the kicker, he's using his daughter to get closer to you. You're walking right into his trap, and someday you'll have egg on your face. It's only a matter of time. This storyline is absolutely absurd. There's no universe where Tracy or Monica could hold those kids hostage. Neither of them has any legal authority over those kids. So who the heck does Tracy think she is? She doesn't get to make the decisions when it comes to Michael's kids. And seriously, Tracy had the nerve to tell Carly some truth to her face. Yep, right in front of her. And you know what? Tracy's not intimidated by Carly at all. Let's clear something up here. Tracy may be wrong about a lot of things, but she's right about one. AJ was the one who changed Jason's life. Remember when AJ was drunk, crashed his car into a tree with Jason in it, and Jason ended up with that awful head injury? AJ was always jealous of Jason because he was the golden boy in the family, the one everyone expected to become a doctor like Alan. Meanwhile, AJ was the screw-up, the bad boy, the drinker, the dropout. If my nephew had been severely burned, I'd want him to get the best medical treatment, not waste time with petty drama. But hey, there might be hope for Willow yet. I was actually surprised when she connected the dots about Shiloh and what she was doing. Go Joss. And let's be real, Tracy has been killing it lately. Carly certainly didn't appreciate hearing all her dirty laundry aired out. Carly's always gotten away with everything, so it's nice to see it come back to bite her for once. Huge props to Jane Elliott. She's had some killer lines these past 2 days. It almost makes up for the snooze fest that was the Kai or Trina storyline. Though, let's be honest, nothing could save that. I love how the Quartermaine mansion has turned into a refuge for all the troubled kids of Port Charles. It's like Tracy's found her inner mama bear. I don't always agree with her, but she's really stepping up as the new matriarch of the Quartermaines. But here's where I lose it. Do the writers honestly think we're that gullible? One call to the cops and a social worker would show up to remove those kids from the Quartermaine household, like that. That should have been Martin's next stop, but no, we get this ridiculous plot. I get it, it's a soap opera, but come on, give us a little credit. I love Tracy, but today, she really outdid herself with the heartless act. And let's not forget the shady things she's done in her past. Her judgment on Carly? Yeah, not really landing well with anyone who's been watching for years and knows the full history. Tracy married Carly's brother Luke and actually loved him. But sure, let's critique Carly now. Usually, I like Tracy, but today she was really overstepping. That said, I do agree with what she said yesterday. They could hand the kids over to Willow, and honestly, Willow could still keep them away from Michael. Especially with Drew whispering in her ear again, because that's just how he rolls. I'm really hoping Willow takes the kids with Carly, Sunny, and Jason wherever they're going to be with Michael while he's in recovery. Meanwhile, Drew should go to Washington and stay there. Forever. It's a mess all around, but you know what? I'd rather they got rid of Drew instead of Michael. I don't think I'll ever warm up to the actor playing Drew. I know it's just a show, but when you see someone on another show, all you can think of is how terrible they were in their previous role. The whole spat between Tracy and Carly today, a trip down memory lane. Carly, if you hadn't shown up in town all those years ago, gotten pregnant, and tried to kill your mother, Michael's life would look a lot different. And Tracy, let's not pretend you didn't hate Monica from the get-go and barely tolerate Alan. Ned had to raise AJ, remember? Here's what I think is coming next. Nina's probably going to spill the beans to Willow about her and Drew. And I wouldn't be surprised if Alexis takes Scout away from Drew. Honestly, I'd love to see it because Drew clearly doesn't care about his daughter. He's too busy trying to replace Sam with Willow and ignore the fact that Scout has a brother. He's just awful. If the show keeps going this way, I can see Michael getting settled into that facility, and Willow taking the kids so they can stay close to him, which will leave Drew all alone where he belongs. Michael will definitely get his care, because that's what always happens in this circus, right? Maybe Sasha, who's got the scoop on Nasty Drew and Nina's tangled sheets, will finally spill the tea to Willow. I mean, once Willow snaps out of her Drew-induced haze, she might just do the one thing that's actually best for her husband. Drew's not after her heart, though, no. He's using her to snatch up ELQ shares. Classic. Willow is completely under Drew's spell. He's got her wrapped around his finger, and she'd probably jump through hoops if he asked her to. It's kind of impressive, really, how well Drew manipulates her, and she doesn't even see it. But hey, what can you do when you're blinded by love? And speaking of Carly, remember the late 90s clip where she was practically having a meltdown, trying to cover up that Michael was actually a Quartermain? She was going to great lengths to pretend he was just the child of Bobby's husband, Tony. Talk about desperate times. As for Drew, I'm honestly hoping Jason decks him again. I mean, who wouldn't at this point? I'm so over him. But you know, there's something off with the way he's acting right now. He's up to something, and Willow is just the poor pawn in his game. He's not in love, he's just desperate. But for what? That's the real question. Are they really killing off Monica? Because if that's where this is headed, nothing about it makes sense. Tracy keeps going on about how Monica wants them there, but let's be real, Monica has never been the type to keep a mother from her kids, especially when their father is, barely conscious. Maybe she just wants them around for her last days, and Tracy's keeping that under wraps. I can't imagine they'd actually keep the kids from Willow forever. Eventually, a court is going to give them back to her. But honestly, I think they're laying the groundwork for Monica's death. No more hiding behind excuses like she's at a medical conference or she's recovering from an illness. We know she's in the house, and we know she's not doing well. Tracy's protecting her fiercely, which is sweet, but it's pretty clear where this is headed. The actress just passed away in real life, so it's pretty safe to assume her character's death will be written into the show in some way. I think the whole point of this storyline is for Tracy to try and keep the family together, so Monica can hold on a little longer, or maybe it's Tracy's way of dealing with the inevitable, keeping everyone close to her while she can. It doesn't seem like GH was ready to lose Monica, nor do they want to recast the role. Leslie's always been the Monica. With her health deteriorating, I think they were keeping things open for occasional returns, like when Liz became head nurse or for a phone call. But now that Leslie has passed, I think we're headed for a Bobby-style reveal where Monica's death happens off-screen, and then we get a proper memorial. I'd bet they've known for a while, filming episodes 6 weeks ahead of air, so they've probably been setting the stage for the Quartermain matriarch's final exit. Okay, this is pure speculation. Don't come for me with spoilers, but is anyone else side-eyeing Colette? She's WSB, and the theory floating around is that the explosion device came from the WSB. Coincidence? I think not. She's also questioned Jack's every move, and let's not forget, she went rogue with Valentin. So yeah, she's definitely shown she's willing to go against her boss if it suits her. Sounds to me like someone's got an agenda that doesn't quite match up with everyone else's. Now, let's break down the possible motives here, because we know absolutely nothing about her background, which is always a red flag. Maybe she's secretly a crime boss herself, looking to expand her empire, or maybe she's tied to someone like Sidwell or another shady character from the past. Kate's comes to mind. She was definitely at war with Sonny. Maybe she's got some personal vendetta against him, or worse, maybe she's been ordered to take him out. Let's throw in the wild card. Could Michael have been her real target? And maybe some deep, dark connection to Drew will pop up later. It's a stretch, but I wouldn't rule it out entirely. Now, the WSB isn't exactly known for wanting to bring down Sonny, but who knows? Colette might just be playing the long game. trying to climb the ranks by taking down the big crime bosses. Maybe she's framing Jack to take him out, given that Jack tried to have Sonny killed during his pikeman days. Or maybe she's targeting Carly, hoping Jack will slip up while trying to protect her, or worse, that she'll manipulate Carly into turning on Jack if she thinks he's involved. There's a lot more going on with Colette than meets the eye, and I'm just waiting for the plot twist. If you haven't yet, do yourself a favor and check out Leslie Charleson's 47th anniversary special on General Hospital on YouTube. It's a masterclass in what a real soap opera should be. Seriously, writers, take notes. This walk down memory lane through Monica's life on GH isn't just nostalgic. It's a reminder of why we loved the show in the first place. Back when it was actually a soap opera. Remember those days? Affairs with Rick, Scene, and let's not forget Nephew Ned echo Ward Love. Throw in some murder and intrigue and bam, you've got yourself a real show. Rip Leslie, and thank you for everything you brought to what was once the best soap on TV. Watching this reminded me of the glory days, so naturally, I ended up diving into more YouTube clips of GH when it was still fantastic. As for Kai Taylor, I'm intrigued. So far, he's been fine, but if they don't give him a solid storyline soon, how will we ever know if he's really got it? I'm all for more than just football guy or the token guy Trina happens to like. At least it looks like they're starting to give him some depth, which could be interesting. Fingers crossed it actually goes somewhere. Also, can we talk about the constant college football obsession? I'm overhearing QB1 at least once every episode. Let's just move on and get back to the actual story, yeah. That being said, I do like him. He's handsome, charismatic, and a decent actor. They've set him up nicely, but now let's see them actually give him more to do. I'm hoping they'll expand his relationships, Stella's a good start, and bring the college kids together as a friend group. The young actors have potential, but right now, it feels like they're all off in their own separate worlds. Hopefully, they'll come together, and we'll actually see them interact more. So, opinions on Emma now that she's back in Port Charles? Honestly, I'm torn. She's had her moments that really got on my nerves, but I get why she's important for the show. There's definitely a need for a troublemaker type to stir things up with the younger crowd. If the writers don't give the next generation of characters more depth, the show's future might be in trouble. Emma's dynamic with Jocelyn is also a highlight for me. It's refreshing to see a younger female character who isn't just there to prop Joss up for once. That being said, I really hope they don't go the next Esma route with Emma. She's got more integrity than that, and I'd hate to see her fall into the same trap. Now, about her possible pairing with Gio. Honestly, I'm not seeing the chemistry yet, but hey, it's a new pairing, so I'm willing to wait and see. Gio needs something to do anyway. The guy's barely making an impact right now. Overall, I'm excited to see where Emma's character goes, but fingers crossed the writers don't mess it up. As for me, I'm still not feeling her. It might be because her character feels so different from before, so I'm still adjusting. But hey, I'll give her a fair shot. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.